Welcome to a primer for the new series I'm working on, Wrestle Theory. The whole idea is I take aspects of professional wrestling, which I know is fake, but for Wrestle Theory I take a look at it from a different direction, where the idea that it's actually staged and choreographed and all of that stuff doesn't matter. And actually from a perspective, kind of explain it from a perspective of it is real, and this is how you can explain it. So for the uninitiated, I'm using this primer to not only explain what I intend to do with the series, but also put down some terms so that in future episodes I don't have to waste time explaining them, because I've already explained them here. We first start with very simple terms like face and heel. Face, short for baby face, is basically the good guy in wrestling. The whole idea is they are the ones that fans come to see because they hope these people will win. On the other hand, you have the villainous heel. Heels are the ones that the audience comes to and pays tickets hoping that they will lose and that bad things will happen to them because they're jerks. Stuff like that. That's pretty basic stuff. That's basic terminology, but it does save me the trouble of trying to explain that in future episodes. Now I get into some of the weird stuff that I have intended for the series, where I will describe pop and heat. These are actually wrestling terms, but I have a special meaning for them in this series. Pops are basically the fans cheering, fans going nuts over something that a face does, a good guy response. That's what a pop is in actual professional wrestling. And heat is basically the hatred, you getting mad at the heel for something that they did or said or just existing. For Wrestle Theory, I've decided to make them sort of a form of weird magical wrestle energy that all professional wrestlers are able to tap into. Where you have the faces that rely on the quick, punchy surges of fan power that is the pop. But heat is long, lingering hatred, a slow-burning fire that empowers heels. Long-term, just an overall permanent buff. And basically, pops are more powerful than heat, but are only in short bursts. But when faces would get that short burst, they'd be able to overcome the overall passive buff of heat. So I don't have to explain that in future episodes. I've got those terms there. And I have some interesting ideas for these future episodes. I'm going to start off pretty early I'm going to do basically a lore dump and an exploration of the history of the character, not the actual professional wrestler, not his career, but the character of The Undertaker over the years. How it evolved, exactly how he implemented his heat or pop, depending on whether he was a good guy or a bad guy at the time, in order to achieve the supernatural things that didn't make sense, but it was professional wrestling. And in Wrestle Theory, it's gonna make sense because of my loose brain nonsense explanation of this wrestling energy. So I think I'll have a lot of fun doing all this. Hopefully all of you will have fun watching all of this when I actually do it. And that's pretty much it. That was my primer. And so I'll catch you for the very first episode pretty soon. Bye.